Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll discuss the hard life that single mothers claim to have, always blaming men for their choice to have a child with Chad, and then complaining when the beta provider doesn't want a relationship because he doesn't want to raise Chad's seed. We want to invite you to smash that like button and help us reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year to get our first plaque. This is the only support we ask from you, man. Add your grain of sand to the movement. Share your experience in the comments for any man who might need it. And without further introduction, let's get started.
It's time to vent with Tay, so buckle up because I'm freaking frustrated. Why am I frustrated? I'm frustrated because in today's world, being the default parent pretty much means like you are the only parent. And with that being said, being a working mother, a working single mother with 2 children is so conflicting because my children come first always. But in order to support my children, I need that job. But what's hard is when they're in daycare and the daycare's closed for holidays. For instance, next week is the 4th of July, so they're closed on the 4th and the 5th. Well, I'm a cart girl at a golf course, and holidays are very big here, so I need to be here. So what do? Even though I know the answer always, I ask the other parent, hey, could you help me with one of these days so I don't have to take both days off? For many reasons. 1, I don't want to lose my job. 2, I need the money. And 3, it would be nice if you could do that. Immediately, the answer was no. So it's just frustrating. Like, what if I lose my job? I don't know.
Stop it. Get some help.
The best gift a woman can give a man is a child, but just because you want it from a man doesn't mean he desires it too. Women tend to choose their children's fathers or ruin their marriages, then blame the man for the circumstances they caused. When you get divorced, you want a life of separated parents, but the reality is this life is more difficult for the man, who always leaves the home, has to start over and adapt to his new life. Of course, he won't have all the time in the world because he also has his own things to do and a job to maintain to pay the child support you likely imposed on him. So, don't complain when you provoke the situation. In life, you reap what you sow.
I saw a video of a woman saying that single mothers are deprived of a certain type of mothering experience. And as a single mom, this is something that I think about every single day because I have so many fears wrapped around this concept. I've been on my own with my daughter for the last 5 years, and it took that entire 5 years for me to figure out that I could actually keep the ship above water on my own if I give up my softness. Being able to rest in your feminine as a mother is a privilege. The amount of problem solving, logic, reason, responsibility that I have on a daily basis doesn't allow me a privilege of sitting in my softness. It doesn't allow me the privilege of being in my feminine energy as a mom. I have to lean into my masculinity more. I've learned how to not be hypermasculine, but I've had to lean into my masculinity more in order to keep my ship going. And then I start thinking about the possibility of one day getting a husband and having more children and what my daughter is going to feel when she watches me raise other kids in my softness, because I'm going to have a partner that I get to lean on so I don't have to live in my masculinity and I don't have to be hard on them in the same ways or lean on them in the same ways that I've had to lean on her, because it's just us two. And one of my biggest fears is that my daughter is going to resent me if I have more kids or a husband and give them a love that she didn't get to have because I had to be on my own with her. So yeah, check on your single mom friends because she's hurting. She is absolutely struggling. And even if she doesn't want to be the one to tell you that because she doesn't want anyone to think that she doesn't have a grip on what she's got going on, I'm going to tell you for her. Check on that girl.
Here are the red flags. 1. She becomes the man she wants to be with. 2. She becomes a woman with high masculinity, making it difficult for her to be soft and loving with her man. And 3. Her friends, the ones she surrounds herself with, are all also single mothers. So, tell me who you hang out with, and I'll tell you who you are. Why don't women notice this? When a woman becomes a single mother, she becomes the last choice for a man to date. Believe me, no one wants to pay for another man's mistake. I don't blame her. Now she has the responsibility of a man with a family. She has to become strong to keep the ship sailing. But she could have stayed with her captain, let him lead, or simply chose the wrong captain and now pays the price. It's not entirely her fault, but she's part of the problem. When you decide to go down that path, it turns out like in the next video.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom. You said I'm a hardest kid. Don't care if he's here or not. But now you a single mom. Now you a single mom.
Being a single mom is so damn hard. You are the provider, the disciplinary, the comforter, the teacher, the best friend. You are literally everything all in one. And some days you just feel like you are completely failing at it, let alone trying to take care of your own self and your own mental health. And it's like days like today where I get called in to go to assembly because my son is getting an award because he is such a good role model and a really kind person. And it's just like, you did that. You are raising a kind, happy, healthy boy. And it's just like, I need to remember in moments like this, days are hard, sleep is rare, but you're doing a fucking good job.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
She's not doing a great job. She's doing it wrong. A family with two parents gives the child a better chance of success, but many of you ask for divorce due to low tolerance, prioritizing your emotions over what's best for the child, with the excuse that an unhappy mother is not good for the child. Who told you that? Because it certainly wasn't the child who now doesn't see his father and is at a disadvantage in society. There are studies that show children raised by single mothers are more likely to fail. I know you'll say not all are bad, and it's true, not all are. But here we talk about the general case, not the exception. Generally, the 80% divorce rate, where women request most of the no-fault divorces, where women abandon their marital vows for reasons as simple as deserving to be happy or not wanting to take care of the home they wanted the man to buy, tells me a lot. You can't complain and tell me it's hard if you put yourself in that position.
I'm a single mom. Of course people think that I hate my baby daddy. I'm a single mom. Of course I've been awake since 5 a.m. drinking energy drinks. I'm a single mom. Of course I'm going to cut you off if you cancel our plans the one time I'm child free. I'm a single mom. Of course I'm going to complain that no man can reach my high standards. I'm a single mom. Of course I let my son watch Miss Rachel. I'm a single mom. Of course I pay a stupid amount for a gym membership that's 30 minutes away from where I live just because it has a kids club. I'm a single mom. Of course I'm gonna rant about my kid but then say that they're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm a single mom. Of course I have sugar daddies in my DM. I'm a single mom. Of course I make my son more than 4 meals a day and I only make one for myself. I'm a single mom. Of course I'm feeding my son nuggets and chips from the air fryer when I can't be bothered to cook. I'm a single mom. Of course I want to go out on a date with you, but I'm going to need at least 6 weeks notice, time to FaceTime, I need to find a babysitter, and no, you can't stay over at my house.
And being a single mother makes it clear to me that you're nothing but trouble. Here are 3 of the many red flags I've seen. 1. She's a young woman who has a bad relationship with the father of her children. Dating this type of woman will become a nightmare with the father who likely wants her back or wants to see his child all the time. 2. The so-called standards that didn't apply to the father but will apply to the stepfather, especially economically. With Chad, they seek genes. With the beta provider, economic security. Lastly, when a single mother, especially a young one, enters the market, she often has many sugar daddies in her DMs, indicating she's now seeking economic security more than a romantic relationship because her priority shifts to her baby and finances.
One of the hardest parts about being a single mom, or a solo mom, I like to call it, is when you get sick. And at the same time, you're at a point in your life where you don't believe in the lack mentality of if not me, then who? But literally, your life is if not me, then who? It's the most challenging balance to not fall into victimization and let yourself find moments to rest when you also have to get up and feed your kids. No. It's the most vulnerable position, and at the same time, it's so humbling and brings you back to love and acceptance of what is. I feel like shit. And at the same time, I feel grateful. I feel grateful that I love myself enough to let myself feel whatever I have to feel. And to still make choices that are grounded in love, whatever boundary that means setting. So fine, align. So fine, align. I'm gonna rest now while I have a chance.
I'll say it again. If your husband wasn't unfaithful, if your man didn't leave you, if your man wasn't irresponsible, if your man didn't treat you badly, and you just wanted out of the relationship, it's because you made the bed you have to lie in. Don't come looking for pity for the decisions you made, for destroying your home. Women don't like to take responsibility for their actions. They want to leave to find something better, and when they don't find it, they want to cry about their situation because, as we know, responsibility is kryptonite for women. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What advice would you give to single mothers? Why do you think there is an immense number of single mothers nowadays? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.